Hello guys, today in class we talk about passive voice models, okay? We already work with the passive voice, okay? But now we're going to include the models, the auxiliary models. We have different kinds of models, okay? It says use. How are we going to use them? To express various degrees of possibility, probability, and obligation in the passive voice, we can use all the models that we know. For example, will, must, have to, or has to if it is singular, or had to if it is past. Also, can, could, may, might, etc. Okay, should, etc. Could be positive or negative. Okay, but we're going to add the verb to be. It is very important to work with the verb to be in the base form, and then the action it has to be in past participle. Okay. Okay, here we have more information. In affirmative or negative, we need the object pronoun. Okay. Remember that we're working with the passive voice. Okay. So we need the object pronoun plus the modal can, should, will, etc. Okay, plus be, okay, and then the past participle. If it is negative, well, instead of should, it's going to be shouldn't. Instead of can, it's going to be can't. If instead of will, it's going to be won't, etc. Okay, and here we have some examples. The project can be finished on time. Okay, can't is a model. Well, the project is a object pronoun. The object, okay. Can't is the modal auxiliary, negative. Be, okay, the verb to be, and then the action in past participle, finished on time, okay. But to see if it is can't or will or should or etc., you need to understand the meaning of the statement. If it is something of ability, it's can't or can. If it is something of obligation, it could be should or must or have to, depend, okay? It depends, okay? Another example, we will be met at 8 p.m. by Mr. Seals, okay? Remember that the subject is not important. What is important is the object, okay? So we is the object, and then will is the auxiliary model. Okay, in future, okay, will be met at 8 p.m. Like it's not in this moment, it's a future. That's why we need to use the auxiliary will. Okay, to make questions, remember that the auxiliary goes first. Should or have to or must, etc. Plus the object, okay, plus be, and then the past participle. Should Tina be invited to the party? Must it be done by 7 p.m.? Okay. Have you be be have you be finished the project for 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 tomorrow? Okay, for example. Then WH questions. Well, you know that with all WH questions, the WH question goes first. The interrogative word goes first before the auxiliary. You can put where, when, etc. For example, where can it be seen? Where will she be told about her brother? When will she be told? O sea, ¿cuándo se le dirá acerca del hermano? ¿Ok? Where can it be seen? ¿Dónde se les podrá ver? Se le podrá ver, perdón. What may be eaten, etc. So to make a question, first is the auxiliary. And if we have a WH question, it goes first. Okay? So this information already, you already have it on the platform. Okay? Then we have more examples, okay? It says, I'm sorry, it says obligation or necessary, okay? It says the doctor's instruction must be followed exactly. Must is the auxiliary, be the verb to be in the base form, and followed is the action in past participle. And the same happened with the rest. In other one, we are working with mustn't, or with had to, or we shouldn't, etc. Okay, positive or negative. Okay, and then I just add more information. Should is a positive, and then negative shouldn't. Must, mustn't. Will, won't. Could, couldn't. Had, didn't, have to. Remember, it's not present perfect. Okay. So if it is had to in positive but past, the negative is didn't have to. Okay. Might not, have to, don't have to in present. May not, can, etc. Okay. And then we have more examples. Okay. The test should be taken by this Thursday at 10 p.m. The Louvre Museum must be sanitized for new visitors. Should my friends be invited to the graduation party? Some information can be given about the job by Juan. They can be given some information about the job by Juan. So you can say it in different ways, okay? What is important is the auxiliary of what, depending on what we're going to use, should or can, etc. Remember, if it is an obligation, okay, you a strong obligation is have to, okay, or had to in past, or has to. If it is a moral obligation, it is must, okay, or mustn't. If it is an advice or recommendation, it is should or shouldn't, etc. So you need to remember the meaning of each of the auxiliary models, okay? For more examples, we have here the bill has to be paid before leaving the restaurant. O sea, la cuenta tiene que ser pagada antes de abandonar el restaurante, antes de irse del restaurante. Okay? An exam may be given by our English teacher today. The traffic rules must be obeyed. Okay? Las reglas de tráfico deben ser obedecidas. But as we know, not all the people follow the rules, right? So remember that you have this information, okay, on Unit 3, okay, in Lesson 4, okay? And we saw some exercises, okay, with this topic of the modal, of the passive voice using modals auxiliary, okay? For example, your passport, we said that your passport, okay, can be issued, okay, can be issued until you show your proof, until you show proof of citizenship, okay, de ciudadanía, okay. So please study these exercises. Remember that you have this information, okay, at the bottom of the page, okay, and please try to give a review to this exercise, okay. We have another example. Mr. Starley has been very sick, okay. Is there any chance his concert tour? What? Remember that first, it's a question. So first we need the auxiliary. May cancel, maybe, or maybe cancel. This is different, okay. Maybe es quizás, y may is to talk about the possibility, okay? So which of these is the answer? Remember that first we need the auxiliary, the modal auxiliary. Then we need the verb to be. And then we need the action in what? In past participle. So we can work with this one because this is ing, okay? We can work with this one because we need the verb to be. We can work with this one also because we need the verb to be. So which is the correct, this one or this one? May be canceled, okay? Remember that maybe is different as maybe. Maybe and maybe, okay? If you can see if you want to see if it is correct, just check the answer, okay? So please study this lesson, okay? Lesson 4, Unit 3, okay? And remember that you already have this information on the platform, the Brightspace.